and may Allah grant sabr to the family, inshallah. Inshallah, Imam Azhar will make a dua, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
اللهم اغفر له وارحمه وعافه واعف عنه وأكرم نزله وسع مدخله واغسله بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقه من الخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس. اللهم اجعل قبره روضة من رياض الجنة. اللهم اجعل قبره روضة من رياض الجنة. اللهم اغفر له وارحمه وسكنه في الجنة. اللهم اغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. اللهم اغفر لنا ولجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم بفضلك ومنك. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. Brothers and sisters, tonight I just want to take a few minutes, inshallah, and share with you a reflection from a hadith which is recorded by Imam Ahmad and Imam Tirmidhi rahimahumullah. It is a hadith regarding an incident that occurred between Harith ibn Yazid al-Bakri and Ata bin al-Hadari radiallahu anhuma. At that time when Ata was the governor of Yemen, Harith came to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam with a complaint. And something transpired. It's a very lengthy hadith. I want to go to the end portion of it because it has within it the message that I want to convey tonight, inshallah. Harith radiallahu ta'ala, when he heard from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that the thing that he came to complain about, he literally dug his own grave per se. He said these words, "I am as the earlier people had said, the sheep carried her own death on her back." That meant that a man believes he is doing something good, but that actually causes him harm. For he had brought this woman on his shoulder. She was an old lady from a tribe that he was coming to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ to request that they are removed, that they are done for. And not knowing that the complaint he was presenting to the Prophet ﷺ, she is from those people. So he said, "I seek refuge in Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that I should be like the representative of the tribe of Ad." So the question was asked. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "You're talking about the story of a man of Ad. It seems that you know that story better than I do. Why don't you tell me that story?" So he says that once the tribe of Ad was struck by famine. When a community is faced by a dilemma, how the community acts or reacts dictates their destiny. So what happened was the people of Ad were struck by famine. They sent one of them as their representative. His name was Qail. They sent Qail to go to Makkah to pray to Allah for rain. Is everyone with me? I'm not going to talk about the story of Harith bin Yazid al-Bakri because I want us to hear the story that Harith is telling the Prophet ﷺ. And he's saying that what happened to them is exactly what's happening to me. And what's happening to him is exactly what's happening to all of us today. So what happened was this man was on his way. He passed by Muawiyah bin Bakr and he stopped there for a month. Sheikh Zakaria rahimahullah has written in Fadal A'mal about Nasiya Mansiya, about a person who was told to go do something and they got involved in something that made them forget that they were going somewhere for something. Does that make sense? They were sent from the bottom of the ship to go up and tell the captain there's a hole in the ship. And on their way up, some people said, "Why don't you come and sit with us? Let's play cards, let's have fun." And in that indulgence, in that time, he forgot that he had to go tell the captain that there was a hole in the ship. Guess what happened? Guess what happened? They all went down. Who is your representative today? I hope we could end this session today with a unified answer. So when he stayed at Muawiyah bin Bakr's house, he drank wine for the whole month. And the Jaradatan, the two female singers, gave him enjoyment and pleasure of listening to the music. And after a month, he came to his senses. I was supposed to go and ask Allah in Mecca for rain to fall on my people, the people of Ad. So laziness upon realization struck him. In Allah's books, it's never too late. In our books, we make it late. If the Prophet ﷺ said a person can make tawbah at the time that the soul reaches your throat, the question is, will you remember that you are in a remorseful state, that you are returning to Allah, that your tongue should utter astaghfirullah? Some people say face value. What kind of religion is it that you could do wrong your whole life and say astaghfirullah at the time of your death? The question is, will astaghfirullah come from your mouth at the time of death? So he realized after 1 month of his pleasure that he's doing something wrong. Instead of getting up and going to Makkah. If you give me time, I'm just going to give you another story. I'm going to branch out here. Imam Habash used to tell us a story about Hajj. A Syrian man used to be a drunkard on the streets, and the qafila was going for Hajj. They said to the drunkard, come with us. He said, me? I'm a habitual drinker. They said, no, Allah will forgive you. So he said, give me 2 minutes, let me pack up, I'll come to Hajj with you. There was no evisa.com on Saudi website, just get up and go to Saudi. So as he was going, what he did, he packed a few bottles of beer with him. And as the qafila is going, like he would do his type of meditation, like put himself down, but he would do some other meditation, So while he was doing that meditation, they saw him, what is he doing? So they slapped him one, they beat him up. You're going to Allah's house. You're going to Allah's house and you're drinking. But you know what the difference between this person of Ad, Qayl, and this drunkard was? The drunkard reached. Qayl didn't. The drunkard went to represent himself. Qayl was representing the community. It is said when this man reached the Haram, he couldn't enter the masjid. Because, not Qayl, I'm talking about this drunkard. He was so remorseful. How can these eyes look at Allah's house that always looks for the pleasure of the nafs? How could this tongue go and say Allah's name when this tongue is moist with alcohol? It is said that drunkard stayed outside the masjid for 3 days, touching the outer walls of the masjid, crying to Allah. That there was a pool of tears. The people who were going to do Umrah or their Tawaf before the Hajj, they also stopped and joined him in crying. The question we're starting this whole night with, who is your representative? Let's go back to Qayl. So Qayl he went towards a mountain of Jihama and called out. And I brought this book to read these words. O Allah, you know that I have not come to a sick person who I may treat, nor have I come to a prisoner who I may ransom. O Allah, just as you have been bestowing water to the Ad, go on bestowing it on them. He was sent to go to Mecca at a time of utter desperation. The people after 1 month, what was their condition? How long can a person last without water? How long can the animals last without water? Still he didn't go. But he made such a claim. It's not a dua. He's kind of telling Allah, you're not sick and I'm not here to heal you. You're not in prison, I'm here to ransom you. You've been giving us water, give us water. Who is representing us here, brothers and sisters? Who's representing us? A voice then came. Some dark clouds passed overhead, and a voice called out to him, choose a cloud from these, so that rain may fall on Ad. Allah listens. There is never a time when Allah doesn't listen to you. And the best time to ask Allah is now. At a time of oppression, At a time of injustice, at a time of turmoil, if you can't turn to Allah, it's like the person who at the time of death cannot say Astaghfirullah. So in his haughtiness and his pride, he's like, oh, my dua is working. So he pointed to one of them. And he pointed, how Rasulullah was presented by Jibreel alayhi salam 2 drinks? One was milk, one was wine. He said, choose. He chose milk. Jibreel alayhi salam said, you chose fitra. This is good. This man, do you think in his arrogance, Allah will give him good? Don't look at his 1 month of sins. Look at the arrogance he had after that 1 month. Look at the inhumanity in him that the people were crying and they sent him, go pray to Allah, and he's enjoying pleasures. Our world is burning and we're enjoying our pleasures. I want us to make the similarity with this story tonight. Everything is going wrong, we don't have time for Allah because we feel we could fix something. So he picked a cloud and the voice said, hold him, burner to ashes, turn him to ashes and leave no one from the Ad. We know that what was sent on the people of Ad was extreme winds to the extent that this ring and all of them there were destroyed. So the Hadith is telling the Prophet ﷺ that even this ring on my finger, everything was destroyed with the people of Ad. What is the point of the story tonight? When a people are destined to destruction, Allah hands over their leadership to the one that will lead them to their destruction. When a people are destined for destruction, Allah will hand over their affairs to the person who will lead them to just that. And all along, the people will consider that person mercy, when that person will become their torment. So back to the first question. Who represents us now? You represent us. Each one of us has to represent all of us. None of us can feel that we're absolved from this responsibility, that I don't have to do anything anymore. Let this story that served as a reminder for Harith ibn Yazid al-Bakri, that he told this story to the Prophet ﷺ, let that reminder of what happened to him serve as a reminder to us all. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala use us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make goodness come through us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring about change towards betterment from us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unite us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with a good life, a good end, and a good akhirah. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakum Allah khairan for your time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.